A deceased rapper is asked about his relationship with his father, and his response is heartbreaking and also very telling. Hey guys, I'm Father David Michael Moses. If you find these reaction videos helpful and informative for your faith and your life, please make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. So this video is kind of circulating the internet right now. It's gone kind of viral, especially on TikTok. And it shows a rapper. His name's XXX Tentacion, I think is how it's pronounced. I've never really heard any of his music. But sadly, just a few years ago, he was shot and killed while he was being robbed. He was only 20 years old. Really, really sad. And apparently there's an old video of him being asked about his relationship with his father. So let's take a look.
Do you have any relationship with your father? I mean,
What's that? What's a father?
Gosh, that's sad. It's sad. It doesn't seem like his response is literally that he doesn't know what a father is, but it's saying that that experience of a father has been so void in his life that it doesn't really have a meaning for him. You know, this resonates a lot with what I've seen in my own ministry. I was a chaplain in a juvenile detention center for about a year as part of my seminary training. Once a week, we'd go into the detention centers and we'd meet with kids from the age of 11 to 18. There were some kids who had stolen cars. There was one young man who had killed someone. And this was all things that they told me, and all kinds of situations in between. The kids were just very, very lost, right? And my entire year there, meeting with kids every single week, I don't remember one of the kids telling me that he had his father present in his life. In fact, for the vast majority of them, their father was in jail. Their older brother was in jail. For them, success in life was just not going to jail. And it seemed like the lack of a fatherly presence really had taken a toll, and that they had looked for that, obviously looked for that love and community and affirmation other ways, whether through crime or through gang involvement or something like that. My dad actually likes to point this out, that studies actually show that boys who have meals with their father regularly, like just the presence of their father, increases their level of behavior, but also actually their health. They're healthier physically. But also I think it very much fits in with the gospel. We actually hear in Malachi, I'll pull it up, Malachi 4:6. It says, "He will turn the hearts of fathers to their children and the hearts of children to their fathers." And that actually gets quoted in Luke 17 again, speaking of John the Baptist. It says that John the Baptist will go before the Christ, the Messiah, and he will turn the hearts of fathers toward their children. Why is that so important? Why is that significant? Specifically that John the Baptist, in preparing the way for the Lord, would turn the hearts of fathers to their children. Well, because when Jesus comes, he's about to tell the people that God is their father. And the only way the idea of God as father is a comforting image is if you have a positive image of your father. So John the Baptist was there to repair those relationships so that when God comes as father, it is received by the people. I've seen this in my ministry too. It is very, very difficult for people who have a wound with their own father sometimes to relate with God or even to receive the Father's love. Because if you don't know what being a father means, then saying God's your father means nothing to you, like for this guy. But I will say it does mean something, because not knowing what a father is for you means that you're missing something that should be there, actually. So for people, in my experience, it's very, very difficult, because whatever their experience with their biological father is, then they assume God is just like that. For parents, that's a real challenge, but also say it's an opportunity, because if you're a father who's absent, then your kids will assume that God is absent. But if you're a father who is present and engaged and caring and forgiving, then your children will assume that God the Father is caring and present and faithful and forgiving. It's really actually a very beautiful opportunity. And even the situation with this rapper, I think speaks to part of the reason that the church gives us spiritual fathers, right? Because we know a lot of people have very broken relationships with their families. And so in every church, we try to give you a spiritual father, a priest, to try to be somebody who can be a source of encouragement for you, and a mentor, and a guide, and a teacher. And so the church is trying to provide for those needs. So super, super sad video, but is kind of a lens, I think, to look at some of these issues, and then to make sure we're all doing our part to try to create families, intact families that are going to lead to healthy and whole and happy children one day in the future. Hope you guys found that helpful. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, what your experiences even has been, and we'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.